it's useful to understand the difference between the main UV palettes. UV Permanent is used when you need both lift and deposit. This is the palette for natural hair when you want a permanent result, grey coverage, or up to 4 levels of lift. UV Demi-Permanent is used when you want deposit only. It can deepen, darken, tone, refresh, blend and add colour, but it does not lift natural melanin. UV Resistant Grey is for more resistant grey hair that needs extra opacity and coverage. It is designed for stronger, more opaque grey coverage, where standard permanent may not be enough. UV High Lift Tint is for stronger lifting results on natural hair, mainly level 6 and above, where you want up to 5 levels of lift without using lightener. Permanent colour is used when you need both lift and deposit. This makes it suitable for natural hair, grey coverage, and permanent colour changes. The key difference between permanent and demi is that permanent has lifting ability. With the correct developer, UV Permanent can lift up to 4 levels on natural uncoloured hair. The mixing ratio controls the finish. The recommended ratio is 1:1 for a natural finish. Use 1.25:1 for a more opaque result, or increase the dilution with 1:1.5, 1:2, or 1:3 for softer, more blended or sheer finishes. Development time is usually 35 to 45 minutes, depending on the target result and the amount of coverage needed. Developer strength controls both lift and grey coverage. Lower volumes give softer lift and blending, while 20 volume is the key reference point for up to 100% grey coverage. So, use permanent when you need a long-lasting colour result with lift, deposit, grey coverage, or stronger opacity. Demi-permanent is a zero-lift, deposit-only colour. That means it can deepen, darken, tone, refresh, blend, and add colour, but it will not lift the natural melanin in the hair. For most standard demi work, the recommended mixing ratio is 1:1. This gives balanced coverage and deposit. Use 1.25:1 when you need extra deposit or more opaque coverage, for example on grey hair or fine hair. For softer or more translucent results, use 1:1.5, 1:2, or 1:3. These are useful for blending, toning, refreshing lengths and ends, or pre-pigmentation. Developer strength also changes the result. Lower volumes are best for deposit, wet toning, or working on the same level. Higher volumes can support more brightness, stronger blending, or improved grey coverage. Development time is usually 20 minutes or 35 minutes when extra grey coverage or a more intense result is needed. So, use demi-permanent when you want flexible deposit, tone, blending, or refresh work without lifting the natural base. High Lift Tint is designed for stronger lifting results on natural hair. It is used on level 6 and above, and can achieve up to 5 levels of lift, depending on the starting level and developer used. This palette is ideal when you want a lighter result without using lightener, but it should only be used on natural, uncoloured hair. It will not lift through existing artificial colour. The recommended mixing ratio is 1:2, and the recommended development time is 50 minutes. High Lift Tint is used with higher developer strengths. 30 vol gives up to 4 levels of lift, 35 vol gives up to 4.5 levels, and 40 vol gives up to 5 levels. It can be used for foils, freehand application, or full head application, depending on the result you want to create. So use High Lift Tint when you need maximum lift from tint on natural level 6 hair and above. Resistant Grey is designed for grey hair that needs extra opacity and stronger coverage. Use this palette when standard permanent coverage may not be enough, especially on resistant, coarse, or stubborn grey hair. The recommended mixing ratio is 1.25:1. This gives a more opaque finish and supports stronger coverage. The recommended development time is 45 minutes, allowing the colour enough time to fully develop and support maximum coverage. For this palette, the key developer reference is 20 vol, which gives up to 2 levels of lift and up to 100% grey coverage. So, use Resistant Grey when the client needs a stronger, more opaque result on difficult to cover grey hair.